Hey everybody, so it is Wednesday. Today is day 8 on the truck, and now I actually get to see how recaps work in actual practice. So, I got out of my the reset that I had on here, and I have my actual training entries in there, which I actually need to mark on that some of those are actually training days, because the paper log and my electronic log don't match, but this is just a practice logbook, so it's not real. If I get pulled over by DOT, I can tell them that, and they can see that I am new and I'm with my trainer, and that is a training tool right now. Today on the truck, uneventful, very uneventful. Although I did break 10 miles a gallon on the whole day, so that was kind of cool. But I think I was running 16,000 pounds out and 12,000 pounds in, so not much. Both drop yards were just absolute mud pits though, so I got a little muddy. Thankfully I wore my boots today, because I expected that. Always check the weather. And when you're in a truck and you're on your own in a truck and you're not sharing a truck, you'll have your boots in with you at all times, instead of what I've got right now is I have to leave the hotel dressed for the weather that it's going to be, potentially. So it was supposed to be raining all day. It really only rained for about the first hour on the road, and then we outran the rest of the rain. We outran the second wave, so that was good. Didn't really read anything yesterday. I ended up actually falling asleep, and woke up. I fell asleep before 11 o'clock in the morning. I had my second breakfast, and then stretched out to try to get comfortable to start reading, and I just passed out. And I woke up around 4 o'clock. It might have been more closer to 5. Ate dinner, tried to go back to sleep, didn't work. Talked to my daughter, and then watched Edge of Tomorrow, which pretty decent movie. It's like Groundhog Day, but with aliens and warfare. So it's pretty neat if you like alien invasion, sci-fi type stuff. It is a Tom Cruise movie, so it's just like every other Tom Cruise movie. Besides that, I've got my paperwork done for tonight. I got to do some writing. I started that, but not a whole lot. One thing that I am now kind of reading and researching and whatnot is being a minimalist. Since I am going to be effectively homeless, because I'm going to be living in my truck, and I don't have my own place, my own property right now. I need to be very, very intentional in what I have on the truck. So I found, it's funny because I listened to the Rachel Cruze podcast. She's part of the Dave Ramsey Network, and she had on as guests these guys. They're called the Minimalists, and they're actually from Dayton area, Dayton, Ohio, and now they're out in LA or somewhere out around there, but originally they're from Dayton, Ohio. And they have a book. They have a documentary on Netflix. There is one of their documentaries on Netflix, the newer one that was a Netflix original. I watched that. It's not really a how-to, but they do have how-to resources available. But it's all about having the ability to let go. And I have failed epically in my ability to let go of both stuff clutter and emotional clutter. And in a way, I've been working towards minimalism, in that, I'm always, fairly regularly going through the proverbial box in the basement and getting rid of stuff and reorganizing and repacking and, making sure that when I do this process, I am getting rid of something. And I actually did quite a bit of that, going through the process of clearing my stuff out of HC3. So I'm going to continue on doing that. Now, the stuff that I have left right now is all pretty much fits in a 5x8 storage unit. Because I got rid, I left a lot of stuff to get donated, to get sold, just to get rid of it, because having too much stuff is probably contributing to my mental state. So yeah, I want to get rid of even more. I've been watching this guy on YouTube as well that does reviews and stuff of very small apartments in and around New York City. Small apartment living and things like that, and to get some ideas on how to organize and what things to have, because I'm just not seeing good how-to videos and whatnot on YouTube, and I'm gonna go that route. I'm gonna go that route with some of my videos on how to be a minimalist as a trucker and how to be homeless as a trucker. Because that's I don't see enough of that kind of content on here. So that's kind of the direction I'm going to be going once I get into my own truck and can actually film in the truck. So I'm going to go that route. Now, as far as like what chores I have to do today, I really don't have anything. I did my log. I've still got to do my writing. I can't do any of my money stuff until I at least get my pay stub, which probably won't be until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'll either do that in the morning or after work tomorrow. One of the two. It really depends on if I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock like I have been, or if it's like today and I'm rolling out the bed 10 minutes before my trainer shows up because he texted me and that text woke me up at like 5:30 this morning. One of the drawbacks of falling asleep yesterday and sleeping for like 5 or 6 hours during the middle of the day is I couldn't sleep last night. So getting up at 4 o'clock was not gonna happen. But I did, as far as the trucking goes, I did email my my placement driver manager, And I was like, I'm really confident in what I'm doing, and my trainer has been fantastic. He's really fast tracked me on my skill set and whatnot. And I come into this business already having in my head, taking care of the equipment, being gentle in my driving, with the whole mindset that other people's lives are in my hands while I am driving a semi truck. So the safe driving and taking care of the equipment and making sure that you get out and look when you're packing, so you don't hit anything, and getting your setups good and whatnot. And I'm doing really well. I've got the logging down. I've got the tablet pretty much down. There's a few things, but those tablets and everything, they're designed around a sixth grade reading level, and I had a sixth grade reading level in third grade. So it's not that big of a deal. It's not that hard. You go through, and if you have any questions, you call somebody before you submit anything. So it's not that difficult. It's really not. And like today, I had at the end of the day, I had a back, and I did it on purpose, where I chose a spot that had very little space in front of the area. So it was a very, very small space to maneuver in. There was parked trucks, there was parked trailers, and I could not do a 90 because of a light pole. So I did a 45, and it was kind of a condensed 45. Now the spot that I was backing into was a little bit wider than normal, but I still had to use a hole in between two trucks that were parked, and pull forward into that hole so I could get my angle right, because the way I had to back up, I had to kind of overshoot the driver's side a little bit and get the trailer more pointed to the driver's side, actually while I was in the hole, because I didn't have the space to get up under the trailer with where one of the other trucks was. So I had to over angle so that I could pull forward, pull some of my angle out, and then complete the back, which I actually had to do that twice, because I had to even angle it even more to get the swing of the truck where I needed to be, so that I could pull up and back out, or back in. And I, quite honestly, I was not ignoring my trainer, but I was doing it in such a way that I was making my own decisions. Not that I was ignoring my trainer, because after I got to the point where I thought I was good, he's like, no, pull forward and move it over this way about a foot. And I don't think that was for any other reason than to give me another maneuverability test on there. I don't think that was anything because of my placement. There's no way that you could get another trailer to my right, but he's pushing me, and I like that. So, but other than that, I've eaten, I've showered. sometimes size does matter. So I get back to the hotel, and I get up to my room, and I start getting my stuff in, and with all the stuff that I'm carrying right now to work, I open my door, I prop it open with the security bar, and then I bring everything in a controlled fashion instead of just trying to nudge in there and operate the lock while my hands are full and stuff. I put everything down on the floor, open the door, prop it open, and then bring stuff in a controlled fashion. Well, when I get in, the general manager is just pounding on the door of one of the guests on the other side of the hall, who has he's like 3 hours past due for checkout, and he is just yelling and screaming at her. So I get all my stuff in, I put my boots back on, which are all muddy, and I didn't want to walk through the hotel with muddy boots, but I ended up walking through the hotel with muddy boots. And he's just going off, and this manager, she gave him an extra 3 hours to get up and either extend his stay or leave. And he was like, "Oh, you're being disrespectful, blah, 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 blah. I only got here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Only get into a hotel at 5 o'clock in the morning and extend your stay. Get 2 nights. You'll probably get a discount. Especially during the week." So it ends up, he's just blah, 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 blah. And like 10 minutes later, I'm standing out in the hallway because, this general manager, she's kind of small, and it's a woman, and I don't know, how big this very irate male is. And so, I'm standing out there just watching over, and he comes out of his room, and he just starts yelling and screaming and pointing and really just like me when I black out, when I red out, if not worse. And it's like, all right, I let it go for a minute, and then it's like, no, I'm gonna step inside, and I'm gonna diffuse the situation, or at least be louder than him. He started, finger poke of doom, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash. And it's like, no, you're done. So he tried to get loud on me, and those that know, those that don't, try to pronounce it. Nobody gets louder than me. So it ended up, he finally realized that he was being a douche, and he finally left quietly. No physical altercation or anything, just I would not let him speak. So apparently I'm loud enough to be heard 2 floors away through earbuds. So yeah, you don't try to out loud me. So that happened, and that delayed my dinner, my shower, and I was grumpy. So just, if you're gonna be late, just extend your stay. Get 2 nights, and you'll probably get a discount if you come in at 5 o'clock in the morning. Just talk to the people, and pot kettle black. I have my issues with anger and whatnot, and I understand it, but I'm trying. I'm trying to identify what causes that in me. I'm trying to make it not be a thing anymore. Hence why I'm going to be living on my truck and doing this minimalist thing, and doing this, actually making a budget and doing it in a way that makes sense to me, and not ever again in my life compromising my needs for somebody else. Because that's a lot of the reason why I have so much frustration and whatnot, because I choose people that, while they try, and I appreciate them trying, I don't fit. They don't fit with me, I don't fit with them, and it just creates such a level of frustration and depression, and it's hard on anybody to deal with that, and the way I deal with that is really bad, and I own that. It's on me, on how I react to those things, and that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to, being alone for an extended, and like really alone for an extended amount of time. Also, my health benefits start in August. Thankfully, I don't have to wait a whole lot, and then I'll actually be able to start. I'll actually be able to afford therapy at that point. It's going to be online. I don't know if I'm going to go with BetterHelp or one of the other ones. I was on BetterHelp at one point, and I really don't know if I like that therapist, if it was an issue with the therapist or if it was an issue with me. I'm not sure. If she's still there and doing it, I'll give her another shot, but I also wonder how much of it was because at the time she had a new baby and she couldn't do voice or video. She could only do text, and only 30-minute sessions. So maybe a 30-minute session, if I can do it in voice, is okay, but on text ain't gonna work, especially in a truck. I've got to be able to do it on voice, preferably on like Zoom or FaceTime or something like that. But I can't text and drive. I can't laptop and drive. I can headset talk and drive once I get a headset, which is one of the very first truck tools that I'll be getting, is a headset, because I want a standalone GPS, but the tablets that we use in Werner have a truck GPS in it, and then what that doesn't do, this will do. Now I'll probably be getting this device right here. My buddy has a Rand McNally. I don't know if I want to go with a Rand McNally or a Garmin. Probably will go with the Rand McNally, because I've actually used that already. Used it on my buddy's truck. Which, shout out, he finally got a home daily gig, which for him is perfect. With three small kids, and his dad's not doing real well. His dad's probably got less than a year, and a lot of it is his own stubbornness. He doesn't do anything. He sits and sleeps, and when he could be getting some exercise, small stuff, little exercise, eating and drinking and whatnot. There's been a few times before I came up here where it was like, do we need to take him in? So try to take care of yourselves. 80 is 80 years old is that's a long life. But if you have the bone, if you have a if you have instructions laid out in front of you for what can help you live better, follow the instructions. That's something that I've been wanting, is more step-by-step instructions on things that I need to do. And it's, I don't know why it's so hard to get people to give you step-by-step documented instructions on what they want from you. It just makes fucking sense to me. And I wonder how much of that is, undiagnosed issues, potential autism or potential ADHD or something that is undiagnosed, because I absolutely love step-by-step instructions. You can do anything if you can read and follow instructions. Write the fucking instructions. They're not that damn hard to do. And schedule things. Schedule. Anyway, I'm starting to get off on a rant. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you, Emma, and keep the shiny side up.